Dear families, friends, alumni, staff, faculty, and viewers from around the world, dear graduates, it is my great pleasure to welcome you to the graduation ceremony of the MBA class of December 2022 Fontainebleau edition! Thank you everyone for coming to help us mark this very special day. I'm Peyer, Dean of the MBA program, and I'll serve as Master of Ceremony today. I'm joined here on stage by Professor Ilian Mihov, Dean of INSEAD, and our graduation speaker, Dirk Leuten, who is MBA22D, Managing Director of Levante Capital Management and a member of the Executive Committee of the INSEAD Women in Business Alumni Club. Please help me welcome them first time now. I will introduce them in turn shortly. Dear 22Ds, today we celebrate your achievement of completing the most intense and the most global education in the world, the INSEAD MBA. And I'm happy and proud to say that you have been an outstanding class. Parents, partners, families, friends, you can be really proud of all their achievements and the achievements that each and every one of the students has made today. Just for the parents, partners, and other financiers, the students took about 85% of the classwork of a 2-year MBA, and that's just in 12 months. I suspect this intensity has been rather underrepresented in social media. 22Ds, as a class, you have signed up in record numbers to the negotiations elective. 77% of you have taken it. And us on the operation side, we could notice. I hope you do find win-win-win solutions going forward when you're out there in your jobs, in your new jobs. You've also signed up and very actively engaged in electives around sustainability in business and in digital transformation electives, including crypto and NFTs. A big thank you to the INSEAD faculty, staff, and coaches for providing such an inspiring learning environment, for challenging your thinking, but also creating opportunities for you to learn from each other. Test your new behaviors as team members and leaders in this very diverse and global student population. You, class of December 2022, you have not only studied hard, but you've also contributed to the learning. So I wanted to thank a few people for creating new things, new initiatives that hopefully will be continued by your next classes. A thank you to Tricia and Matthias for launching the first climate summit at INSEAD. A round of applause. Evgenia and Radhika have created diversity, equity, and inclusion content in the SDG week, together with the INSEAD Women in Business Club. Also, thank you. And Ekbedeme and Edem have, with the Africa Club, put the spotlight on the impact of climate change in Africa. Again, thank you for their contributions. I also want to thank the many of you who have contributed during the recent cultural festival on campus. That is to showcase the different cultures to each other with a lot of pride. And I had to really laugh one morning arriving on campus, and there were a few booths that were empty. Some said, like, sorry, we're in class. The French booth said, you would usually say, like, I'm out for getting a warm baguette or something like that. The French booth said, on strike. So I just want to say to the parents, friends, and everyone, I hope you can see how inspiring it is, how interesting it is to be in this multicultural context. Not always easy, but it is just a fabulous place to be doing your MBA year. In parallel to the academic and extra curricular journeys, you have also embarked on a career journey. You most numerously participated in these career treks around the world to learn about new industries, new ideas, and you organized yourselves also a lot of field trips to share with each other about these new cultures, about these new industries, new technologies and opportunities that are out there. You've been very successful as a class in getting offers for your job. 83% of you reported 2 days ago that you had an offer already. That's one of the highest among all the D class. And I wanted to also thank the career development teams for their support. Not only have they brought a lot of opportunities to you, but also more than 3,000 individual coaching sessions have taken place with you as 22Ds. And they told me to remind you that you should keep in touch with them, especially if you haven't found what you were looking for. Let's make sure you get what you are aspiring to. Now that not everyone wants a corporate job, many of you have explored also entrepreneurial ideas. And here the INSEAD network and the INSEAD community, and especially among you as 22Ds, you've been very creative. And some of your businesses have already made it all the way to the INSEAD Venture Competition, which is very highly selective. So I'm very happy to say, and again, congratulate the winners of this competition, which with Team Nemer, it was Giovanna with an alumni who is a relative of hers, who have won the grand prize for their fintech ventures that provides hospitals with liquidity in disputed insurance claims. So help me congratulate Giovanna. Then Team Baobab with Ekpedeme, Paul and Fabio took home the runner-up and social impact prize. They have provided Kenyans with affordable access to a diverse range of investment opportunities. And Team Bestow with Hamza and Dave, they won the Patrick Turner Prize for providing easy-to-use fertility diagnostic kits for men. So congratulations to all three teams. I think these are great examples of networking at INSEAD, but networking that goes beyond the LinkedIn type networking. It's really about business partnering and even more so becoming friends. And friends that are looking out for each other. I remember when the war in the Ukraine started earlier this year, how you have come together as a class, as individuals, to show how you care for each other. In this tragedy, I've seen how you have supported each other individually and as a community. This makes me super proud as you live by a credo of generosity and care for others. I know this will serve you well as leaders in the future. I know going forward, you will maintain and grow the many relationships you have built at INSEAD. I know you will go to birthday parties and weddings. Some of you will become godmothers, godfathers, and kids of MBA friends. You will celebrate each other's successes, but also know now that you will be there for each other in less glorious moments too. Bonds established at INSEAD still do require work, but you have built an incredibly solid foundation to have a supportive, caring network going forward. As you leave us to become alumni of this amazing community, I encourage you to keep this mindset of reciprocity and support for one another, your drive to succeed and make positive contributions to the community at large. Good luck, class of December 2022! Thank you. It is now my great pleasure to introduce Ilian Mihov, Dean of INSEAD. Professor Mihov was appointed Dean of INSEAD in October 2013. He is concurrently the Rousing Chair Professor of Economic and Business Transformation. Professor Mihov joined INSEAD in 1996 and he has been teaching macroeconomics and econometrics in all of our programs and has won the nomination and the Best Teaching Award a number of times. One of his classes even created a YouTube video called The Mihovian Rhapsody. Don't look it up yet. His research has been focused on topics related to monetary policy, fiscal policy, and economic growth. If that sounds familiar, yes, that's what the newspapers are talking about every day. He's the expert in it. He holds a PhD from Princeton University, where his thesis supervisor was Ben Bernanke, former Federal Reserve Chairman and recent Nobel Prize winner. As a dean, Ilian has championed business as a force for good and is a founding member of the Circle of European Business Schools for Climate Leadership. Ilian is also chair of the board of the UN Principles for Responsible Management Education, and in 2018 received the UN Women He-for-She Leader Award for his outstanding service and contributions towards gender equality at INSEAD. Interestingly, 2 days ago at the MBA graduation, we had a speaker who was at the source. She invented the he-for-she movement when she was an executive at Danone in Indonesia that eventually got picked up by Danone headquarters, which eventually got picked up by the UN. So very interesting to see the connections and the contribution of our alumni and of Professor Mijhoff. Ilian is a board member of the Singapore Economic Development Board and Stewardship Asia Center. A less well-known fact is that Ilian was also nominated to be the Deputy Prime Minister of Bulgaria, which he thankfully turned down. Please help me welcome Ilian Mijhoff.